we are back with a new video on Bcg vaccine, which is currently in news. And as you are aware, there have been reports that this deadly coronavirus may be at times some immunity can be developed against it by the coronavirus, by the Bcg vaccination, and that is what the countries of the world are trying to have. Currently, there is no vaccine to prevent this disease of COVID-19. However, a recent study conducted by the Department of Biomedical Sciences, New York Institute of Technology, USA, has given some indication that Bcg vaccination may help in fighting diseases. So, let us have a look at which all countries are there which are providing Bcg vaccinations and pursuing this, and which are not. So you can see in the slide, Brazil is the first one which since 1920 is pursuing this. Japan, India and Iran are the others. You can see in the case of Iran, due to coronavirus, there have been considerable amount of number of death cases, which primarily is attributed to the long or we can say the initiation of the Bcg vaccination was in 1984. So there the older people could not be administered. In case of India, you can see it is since 1962 we have been very vehemently pursuing this, and all our kids and those born after this are in most of the cases are vaccinated. Developed countries like USA, Italy, Spain and France do not pursue this. Coming back to the study, what is the finding of the New York Institute of Technology? It says that those countries where there has been vaccination, the casualties have been very low. As you can see, in case of countries where there have been vaccinations using Bcg, the death per million is as low as 0.8, while in case of countries which have not pursued Bcg vaccination, then it is considerably higher, 16.4 deaths per million. So that is one thing that has come from these studies. Let us try and understand what a vaccine is. A vaccine, the term had been coined by Edward Jenner, an English physicist, and then you can see this is basically a preparation wherein we introduce a pathogen in the body of a human being after due trials, and these pathogens may be in form of dead, attenuated microbes or a part derived therefrom. So it may be an inactive or dead microbe or a weakened microbe, so weakened that it does not have any active effect or impact on the health of the individual on which it is administered, or it may be any part of the virus like a capsid or the sugar or the genetic material. So this can be, these are three modes in which a vaccine is prepared. And what it does, it basically tricks the body to produce antibodies against that particular microbe for which it is meant. So there are primarily four types of vaccines. One is the inactivated vaccines. As I told you, they contain killed microbes, examples being polio and rabies. The other one is the live vaccines, which contain the attenuated microbes, the example being the BCG, MMR and smallpox vaccines. And the third one, which contains the part of the vaccine, the sugar, the protein, the capsid of the virus or the microbe, that one is called the subunit or the conjugate vaccines. And the fourth one uses the toxin produced by the microbe, and that is called the toxoid vaccine. So diphtheria and tetanus vaccines fall under this category. We can see the vaccines have played a major role in the eradication of deadly diseases like smallpox, polio, measles and tetanus. So they are of they are of great use to humankind. Let us come to the Bcg vaccine, and we will try and analyze what it is all about. This vaccine was introduced in 1920, and you can see it is basically administered as a defense against the tuberculosis. Then it is administered to the kids or the infants in the age range of 0 to 6 months. And then it contains an attenuated, see, mind you, this is attenuated or weakened, it is not a dead microbe. The BCG vaccine has attenuated germs in it, and this provides the individual on which it is administered the necessary antibody to fight against the TB disease. And what the studies have shown, although they are very preliminary, they have shown that these are providing some bit of immunity to the person on which they have been administered. We can see that India is pursuing this under the national TB program since 1962. So India is in a way is quite, I mean, we can say it is safe, and it is our good fortune that we have been administered with this vaccine. Coming back to the way forward, we see that although these studies are quite preliminary and not conclusive, and research is still on, as WHO is of the opinion that more critical and other trials would be required for arriving at a conclusive decision regarding this. However, many countries like Australia, Netherlands and USA have started vaccinating healthcare workers and those or the family members who are coming in contact with the COVID patients. So is it a good news for us, whether we talk of India or the world? So at this juncture of time, it is very difficult to say whether it is a good news, and whether we are, because we are still not sure whether there is a direct correlation between the administration of vaccine BCG and the incidence of COVID. However, one thing is very, I mean, heartening to know that India has also through the Center of Cellular and Microbiology, Hyderabad, has initiated development of an inactivated, unlike the BCG vaccine, which is attenuated vaccine for fighting against the COVID. So thank you very much. Do share and subscribe, and we would also like you to request to follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Thanks a lot.